Hello, guys, and welcome to the Sim Racing Alliance Pro Division Week 8 race here at Barcelona. We have a very exciting race today. It's going into our championship, so there's going to be a lot of positions to shake up tonight. There's going to be a lot of winners, a lot of losers, and we're going to have to see how this pans out. So, very close championship here in the pros. And we're already starting to go into our qualifying right here. And let's take a look and see what times these people are putting on the board.
Yeah,
And
and like you said, it's the finale, and it's very close. So before we take a look at what they're doing, why don't we take a look at the standings right now, just from the driver's point of view. So our current leader is Tyler James with 487 points, followed closely by Douglas Mitchell with 474 and Evan Kim with 452. And the people behind him aren't that far either. So every position in this race is going to matter.
Yeah. And, Tyler James, Doug, Evan, everyone has put in an absolutely fantastic season so far. And it's been a whole lot of racing all year. And we also our teams as well. Sith Racing Alliance is looking like it's going to take home the championship unless something crazy happens to the Bourbon Bandits. Sith Racing Alliance is 1,056 points, and P2 is 810 for the team standings. So it looks like
That's an
uh,
insurmountable.
Doug, yeah, and so Douglas Mitchell and Tyler James on the same team here, and also very close for their overall points. Um, is going to be a huge battle.
I'm looking forward to seeing how it shakes up. One twist ending or twist start for this is everybody was expecting Tyler James to not be able to make it just like half an hour ago. He popped in the Discord server and put it in lap. Oh, what's going on? He was emphatic he was not going to show up. And it ended up a work group of his got canceled, so he's going to be able to compete for this last race and defend his title or shot at it.
shaking up a lot of plans for the championship contender. Very, very exciting indeed. So in the booth tonight are the usual suspects with Paule. So I'm Dae Hee Yoon, and I'm also, of course, joined by Jess Osborne.
Hello.
And so this is one of my first streams here at SRA with me in the booth. I'm very excited, um, and hopefully there's a lot more of me to see in the coming streams as well. I'm going to be taking a larger role in some of the production for the pro streams, so I'm very excited to be um, here with you guys tonight, and very excited to uh, you know work with you guys. It's been a pleasure so far, and very looking forward to more streams.
Yeah, welcome to the booth. We have a lot of fun. Dahi, can you do me a favor and turn off the HUD when you're streaming? Don't.
Okay, I'll do that. Let me just double check.
So, Harp, mind talking us through who the fast boys are and who you think's going to win?
So the Fast Boys, we're going to be looking at Dominic Duran tonight. He was very fast in practice. He was very fast in our practice race, and I think that he's going to be, if not the winner, I'm predicting a top three.
Very good choice. And I would also have to say Sam Zuniga, Colin Mariak, and Travis Robinson are some of the fastest boys on here
Yeah,
tonight.
I think Zuniga's going to win, honestly. I just think he's got it in him.
He's very fast and very patient driver too. He always qualifies very well. He's relatively new here, but he's been with us for a good amount of the season. But ever since he's come in, it's really been an eye opener for some of the other guys, the pros at the top. Hey, we got to pick this up because he is
Yeah,
fast.
kind of redefining what fast was. No doubt.
Hmm.
Who
Yeah,
else?
just like Matt Lehman when he joined the league. Unfortunately, he's not joining for the season finale, but we hope he'll be joining us for the next season for sure.
Definitely. We got our eyes now on Clinton. He's also very fast.
Yeah, he had some work-related issues that prevented him from racing for the last 2 races. Sure is glad to see him here. He's very fast on that Audi.
So it looks like Saniga has just set the fastest time so far with a 1:43.892. Very
That is
fast indeed.
blistering
quick.
fast.
Yeah.
For reference, us lowly amateurs are pretty happy when we hit a high.
We're very happy if we hit a
Very
high
happy.
44. I'm very happy when I'm hitting a high 45. So these guys are definitely a step above, and it shows. They put in the practice. You know, we see all these people in the race server practicing almost every day. Some of these guys, and you know, it shows.
Definitely.
Experience is, of course, very important as well. One important factor that we always go through is the success ballast, which the winners or the podium setters from the last race earn. And tonight, Travis Nordstrom, a fast newcomer, has 30 kilograms. Max Sanchez has 20 kilograms. And Douglas Mitchell also has 20 because he placed third, but it's his back-to-back ballast. So um, from experience, I can tell that having extra weight on this track is very punishing. So kudos for them for still putting in fast times with that.
This is a very fast and a very flowy track. Definitely takes a lot of finesse to get right. You know, it's not
And
the
to get
hardest track
finding that
to get
finesse,
around.
just
Yeah,
completing the lap, gaining 0.5 on Delta, up to 5. I'm sure he'll find a little bit more.
I definitely have confidence that he will find more. We were talking to him before the race, congratulating him on his win in our practice race, and I think he really wants to show out here tonight. He's definitely put in the practice, you know, and you know, it's like we were saying, it's definitely showing. Um, I think he has probably another half second in him, at least. So we'll see where he ends up.
Maybe.
I'm pretty confident he does. From what I was seeing in the practice server, he was very fast. But obviously, qualifying is a different beast altogether. You know, you may be able to hit those fast times in your personal practice doing hot laps or in a practice server, but when the pressure's on,
Yeah,
man, is it on?
command.
Yep.
And Linsing is trying to do that on command right now. He's knocking the end of his lap 0.4 up. That would put him comfortably in two, knocking on.
Oh yeah.
Why don't we try to hop on with Travis Robinson, who's going to be starting his hot lap just now?
Or not.
Maybe
Never
not.
mind.
He cools off.
We
So
can
we'll
try to
stay
do
with
a quick
Clinton.
track
About to
walkthrough.
do his.
Let's see if he starts another hot lap. Looks like he's sticking with it. So I can try to do a quick walkthrough of the track. Approaching turn 1, you go very wide into the runoff, trying to get a good flowing section into this very tricky section. You just do a simple lift here. Try to make sure your car is hooked up in this off-camber long right-hander. Maintaining a lot of speed is important. And one of the defining track factors for this whole track is the fact that there's so many off-camber parts of the race, making it very difficult. If you start sliding at all, you just bleed time. And he ends his hot lap here.
Looks like Tyler James is on a lap here, 0.5 up so far, losing a little bit of time. But
Tyler
he's
James,
in,
of course.
yes, my bad. But he's in 18th right now. Hopefully he can pick up a few positions here.
Oh, definitely. That's
Yeah, of
going to put
course.
him up to the top
There
of
we
the 12.
go. Yep.
P10.
Nice.
Very nice.
And let's try again with the walk. Hopefully he's
Yeah,
not too
he's
compromised by the guy exiting the pit lane in front of him.
who is that in
Ooh.
front?
That is. Ooh, I can't tell.
Matt Morse
Yeah.
Gets out of the way, but maybe not in time.
Yeah, it's very tricky to get a good run when you have cars running side by side there.
James is up 2 tenths though, so not ruined.
Oh, very impressive.
Right now, he is the biggest gainer right now. Other than Funk, who's up 4 tenths right now on the lap. That would put him up in P16 on that.
Yeah, it looks like he's bleeding time a little bit, but upcoming left-hander is pretty tricky as well. You got to make sure your car is nice and settled, but you want to put down the power as soon as possible. The upcoming right-hander is very important for the back straight. You just do a little blip of the brake or not even, depending on the car. And approaching one of the trickiest corners in this whole track, the hairpin, you almost go almost 180 degrees around, and slowing the car down just enough to get a carry enough speed is very important. This is a tricky right-hander, again off camber. Your car can easily drift, bleeding you both tires and time. And third sector is definitely one of the toughest sectors in the whole motorsport. Very tricky. You can easily overshoot, and these sausage curves are death. You definitely don't want to touch them at all. But it looks like um, Tyler's not
Not going to
improving
improve
too much,
much.
but still a very good lap regardless. As a 44.9, not many of the AMs can reach that.
Definitely not.
Yeah,
It's like,
certainly a 44.9 is a very fast lap. Like it may not be representative here in 11th for Tyler James and 8th for Douglas Mitchell, who we were watching. But you know, in most other race servers, that would be right up top. So there's a lot of fast people in this league. A lot of people who are very, very serious.
yeah, definitely fast and also clean racers as well. For the whole second season, we've seen a very clean races out of the pros. So very impressive
Yeah,
for
yeah, you
sure.
added that qualifier, pros. Mostly bicycle.
We all
We
know
bring the
that.
action. That's
Yeah,
not
we
the
all
clean
know that
racing.
the AM streams are where the entertainment is at. Crashes left and right, blue flags going crazy, people doing loops in the grass. It is, I mean,
Into that
it is a fun time. Most certainly,
Perhaps
the
it's more
AM
relatable.
streams are a whole lot of fun.
Looks like Sam is holding on to his mega quit lap at 43.8.
and he's just putting in lap after lap right around that pace. He's probably going to do that in the race.
Yeah, one important thing that I need to mention is that this track is one of the worst offenders in terms of degrading your tires. Even just 30 minutes after the practice race last night, we were looking at degradation at 2.5 millimeters. And typically, you consider the tires gone when they dip below 2 millimeters. So it's going to be
Pretty
a
brutal.
more of a, yeah, it's going to be important for the drivers to manage their tires as much as they can so that they don't bleed lap time later on into the race.
It's definitely
During
hard.
the practice race, we did half an hour, and still our tires wearing like crazy. I genuinely don't know how they a whole hour. It and maybe the pros can get away with it and just finish the race with really tires, but I don't know how like a lot of the amateurs tomorrow are gonna make it.
It's definitely going to be a very interesting show. But definitely very hard to manage your tires around here. Your left side tires get very, very hot, very, very worn. It's hard to get your pressures right. You definitely got to tweak with them quite a bit, do a lot of practice, and see how you are wearing the tires and what you need to set your pressures at. No preset pressures are going to be right for this track because it's just very, very sensitive.
And as your tires wear, you will slide more, and the more you slide, the tires wear more. It's a vicious cycle. It's a slippery slope for sure.
And it's not very hard to slide on this track too. A lot of long
Not at all.
turns
Off
where,
camber, off
yep,
camber.
very
can't stress
easy
that enough.
to slide and oversteer around a corner, do a little Tokyo drift. Looks cool. It's not very fast, and it definitely wears out the tires.
Problem is, it feels like just that.
Oh
It
yeah.
feels cool like that. So the positive reinforcement from help.
You just hear deja vu playing in your head as you drift through the long right hander.
Oh, every time, yeah.
All right, looks like pros are putting in their final laps. One of the most important viewing point, of course, tonight for the finale is that both Tyler James and Douglas Mitchell have a very good shot at winning the championship, even if they don't place super high tonight. I think if they come within the top 10, they have a very good chance of holding on to the title. Other contenders like Dominic Duran, Evan Kim, Max Sanchez are very close, so they would definitely want to finish in the podium for sure.
Yeah, like we were saying, they're only a few points apart. Tyler James at 487 and Douglas Mitchell at 474. Very, very tight. It's definitely going to be a big battle here. And a lot of drivers were expecting Tyler James not to be here, like we were saying. So, people were prematurely celebrating. He says, no, I'm here. And I think he's going to try to make a big presence here.
Oh yeah.
We'll see.
I think tonight all eyes on James. Saniga's probably going to be up there, like fight. Get plenty of screen time.
All right, let's hope everybody has their race strategy all set correctly. Definitely don't want to start in the pits in the finale.
Yep. They in
Hey,
the finale. Yeah.
I'm just noticing that Mofat and Kajtajevic's the nerd livery is back tonight, the purple and pink. I gotta say it's one of my favorite liveries. Right.
If I can figure out my camera. I'm on
It's
stream ending. My bad.
F7. Oh,
I
shoot.
accidentally put it on screen. Sorry about that.
Yeah, we're just starting the formation lap now. I'll keep the picture-in-picture pointed at the maybe midway through the grid. And I don't see the picture-in-picture on the YouTube. Oh, there it is. Let me get rid of the standings.
Oh, we've already got a car spun around. That
Nordstrom.
happened
Oh
here,
no.
buddy.
Does he have damage?
That
This must be devastating for him.
is not how you want to start this race.
Definitely not how you want to start the race. Qualified P5 and loops it during the formation lap.
Well,
That's rough.
He shouldn't miss out on anything, but the damage to the tire is maybe what's most important.
Yeah, and it looks like maybe, and he's the pits must have looked at his pit and saw that he had a big amount of damage. Decided, I'm just gonna repair it now and start.
He may have actually been teleported by race control because he was out of position.
Yeah, that's I think more likely.
Yeah.
The pain.
Because
the pain.
Yeah, that hurts. So he's going to be starting from the back, unfortunately, from pit lane. Qualified P5. So that's definitely a big hurt. It's very hard to qualify P5. So, but Nordstrom, he is a a new member here. His first race was last week, which he won, which was absolutely insane. He is very, very fast. I don't doubt that he's going to come out of pit lane, and he is still going to make his presence known on this track.
Oh, he's in it, sure.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. But I'm sure, as sad as it is, both Dustin, Max, and Evan are happy to see that, because Doug and Tyler are banking on the Fast Boys to park it up on the podium so that less points go to their championship contenders. Rimzik is pointing out that we cursed him using the commentator curse. No ill intent. We apologize nonetheless. All right, they're rounding the third sector now. Everybody's getting back into the double file formation. Oh, they get ready to start us off when the lights go out.
All right. We're coming up to the line here very soon.
Just want to point out Justin Burge is back. Hey, buddy.
Oh, yeah. I was just asking about him. I'm very glad to see him back. All right, let's go green here at Barcelona. All right, going down the straight. They're going to be coming into T1. T1 is a little tricky, especially when you're kind of off of your natural pace here, starting so slow. You're not your normal speed. You're not your normal braking point, and so many cars around. Look at all those cars. Looks like everyone passes it through clean through T1 and T2, coming into T3 here. Definitely a very long right, nice and clean. Look at all at this close racing. And you know it's chaotic in that car.
T2 through everybody else fighting for their lives. And Cleansing pulling out nearly a second gap on Stiga already.
Getting a little congested into...
Get off track.
But mostly keeping clean. Oh yeah, it looks like Bradley Busick.
Yeah.
And Dustin Fickert falling back a little bit.
Wide. Anything wide is sand.
Oh, a little bit of a contact, I think, with Kajtejevic. Very sad to see. I'll rewind back a little bit on the turn picture.
Okay. Well, I already did so.
Wow, look how tight that is. Ooh. Yep, just a little too much.
Yeah, I don't know if that was Max.
It's like Lee's having a moment now. That I'm going to take it back and get caught up in front. Where Clinton's pulling out an even bigger gap now, second and a half on Stiga. Sending off Kalamatiak, Evan Kim, everybody else behind.
Oh yeah, a little bit of a contact between Curtis and I think his teammate, if I'm correct. Yeah, trading paints here and there. There are a couple of cars going side by side into the start-finish straight.
A lot of very...
A bit of contact there. Looks like the Audi's going to back out a bit. Relinquish that position. Ends up losing Horn because we're knocking right on his door. But all fair.
That Ferrari too.
Bit of an incident. Seems a bit all fair.
And a
when
lot
he
of
gets a Ferrari up his side for good measure too.
A lot of close gaps all the way around the grid too. A lot of movement as well. Dave Taflovich moving up to 12th place. Matt Schwartz moving up to 13th. And all within a half a second gap of each other. This is a very tight race.
Yeah, and it looks like Evan Kim is leading a big train all the way down to maybe 17th or 18th.
Yep.
All within a second of each other. And Grand Cleansing pulling away 3.5 seconds out of the pack.
Right out of the gate.
Absolutely insane speed. Just out of this world alien.
Oh, Dominic just missed Evan in that long braking zone, but manages to keep everything tidy.
That long braking zone is very scary when you're, coming up on a car, and
a little bit of a
You go a
bump
little late
problem.
on the brake, you definitely, it's easy to run into someone there.
All right, I'll keep the picture-in-picture in the mid pack. Why don't you take a look at the front where the action is hot?
Yeah. So Evan Kim now also got a big gap on Duran. So T1 through T3 spread out, but fight for T3 is on right now. Dominic
It
Duran.
looks like
Oh,
a switchback.
fight's still not over. Side by side through sector 1, not easy to do, but that's going to give
That's
Porsche
gonna
the inside.
compromise a lot of speed on both of them. Gotta say, Grant and Evan must be feeling good, pulling away from the rest of the pack.
And like I said, we were talking with Evan Kim before. He was very concerned about Duran. He wanted to make sure that he got ahead of him early, and looks like he's done that. Hopefully he can maintain that gap. We know he wants to win here. Ooh, a little bit of
A
contact.
contact. Curtis not having a lot of luck, but Kajcevic makes the pass.
Mitchell getting up the side of Zephyr. Not quite able to get that stuck in. Ooh, get some chaos up ahead in the braking zone. Cars bunched up like
It
crazy.
is
Managed to
a
navigate
lot of cars.
Suniga just moved out a couple positions.
Yeah, I
It
think he's
looks like
been in
he did.
sticks for a
Oh.
while.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Oh no. Who is
Tyler
that?
James
Who is
having
that?
a moment. Oh, hard
Yeah,
into the
Tyler
barrier.
James hard into the wall.
What happened
Yes.
here,
He had a
sir?
contact with Max Sanchez, I think.
Oh,
Spawn car.
whoa! What is that rejoin? Oh no! And he hits a BMW off into the stratosphere.
Oh, brutal. Oh, he's going to be furious after that.
They both have to have a lot of damage here.
Oh, look at his hood. Oh, and he's getting overlapped. But oh yeah, his arrow must have been rude. Top speed, off speed. Look at his
Very
car.
sad to see. The hood's just
Yeah.
flapping about.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's going to be a race for the winner. Not what he wanted to. But he doesn't have to
Oh.
by.
Oh,
It looks
Max
like was
Sanchez
that
getting a yellow flag.
Yes, he is.
Sanchez was into the wall there.
Oh, and even more. Another
Oh,
incident.
and he spins it around right. Is that T3, that long right? Man,
Did you get a look
looks
at
like
that?
he's not having a good start.
Yeah, I'm taking a look at it in the picture-in-picture.
I'm gonna hop back. The fight.
Oh, he just lost the car.
Oh,
Oh, into the
Oh.
barriers he goes. Both, a lot of the BMW just not having a good race tonight.
yeah. I played from experience. It doesn't feel good.
Just
Yes.
not having good luck, it seems.
Sanchez drops back to 24th with a 10-second gap to the car in front. So looks like he's going to be on his own for a little bit here, trying to keep it together with all that damage. A little bit of touching in the braking zone on Daihi's screen.
Yeah, Justin Bridge getting a bump drafted from Travis Nordstrom. Travis is, of course, out of position. He's wicked fast, but he got to make sure his passes are clean.
Starting from the pits, already in 20th.
Oh, this is
And
going to
he's
be
battling
very
hard.
tricky.
Ooh,
Oh,
and a touch.
and Porsche doesn't like those taps. Very sad to see for Justin. His first race back in a while. But that's a very tricky section to go side by side into.
Oh, unfortunate. Oh, and then spun around the opposite.
Yep.
Yeah.
Max Sanchez
Not
also has a lot of damage, it seems. Oh, he goes into the pit to get his damages fixed, it looks like.
Yeah.
Oh, Tyler as well.
If I were them, I probably would as well. But when the hood starts flapping, it gets bad.
Yep.
Hopefully they can come back from this and, do something for the race here. This obviously has huge championship implications with Tyler James being in first for the championship. So We're gonna have to see how this pans out. Gonna be big shuffle in points.
Yeah, I mean, if Tyler James can come back and even score just like dozens of points, he can still win the championship. So you got to just put his head down and race, because you never know what's going to happen with the tires going fast in the later parts of the race.
And in reality, it's a win for him anyway, with him being here instead of on a boring work trip. So I'm sure either way he's having a good time.
Sorry about the volume. Quiet. Yep. Top boards. All side by side.
He's way ahead by now. Should be an easy pass.
Job done.
Oh,
Yep.
looks like is that Peter? Well, that's Morrison that takes advantage of Carter having to take a suboptimal line. Oh, and Bradley Busick gets past Curtis Lee in the back here. I'll check that out in the picture-in-picture.
I'm back on pipe right now. Full way lap.
Yeah, we have Robinson, Suniga, and Stifiak all within a half second of each other, trying to gun for 6th place, or rather 4th place with Duran. There's a big train happening here. Wow, look how close they are.
I'm sure Duran is not happy that he wasn't able to pull away from the pack. Having to battle costs a lot of time and tires. And yeah, it looks like Max Sanchez might have retired the race.
Five. Not their best. Damn.
Yeah, gotta manage those tires. And adding insult to injury, Tyler James has a 30-second stop and go. Oh,
ouch.
I'm so sorry to see that.
That's fair.
I may have to take back what I said about him still having fun. That's definitely no fun.
Chris
Right,
Steffiak getting up the inside of Suniga. Tries to close the door on him. There on the apex. Go off on the runoff. Steffiak keeps going wide though on the right-hander. Well, looks like a very much so on purpose. I don't know if Bell taking the blame for that. I guess he did, but it cost some extra points too.
Yeah, looks like that Audi of Jay Wong just saw it, capitalized. But it looks like he's going to try to make a pass here too.
Side by side
Try to
on
regain
the
that position.
They lead side by side. Round 2. Yes, like behind here, yeah.
That Lexus is very fast on these straights though, and we're coming up to a big one, so hopefully he can gain a little bit of time here, see what he can do in this very sharp hairpin coming up.
So checking back on the pace that these guys are putting in, Grant Cleansing actually has a 44.5 on a race pace. That is some crazy time right there.
With full fuel, going as hard as he can. Yeah, I think we need an alien class, like a separate class from the rest of us, where they all just start off baseline 30-kilogram ballast.
If you want to keep them, maybe not, because it's no fun driving with 30 kilogram.
Something's gotta make it even. Maybe deflate one of their tires or something.
We can just recruit enough aliens so that they can have their own division.
Oh, true.
Back. Slide up. Top right.
Oh no, Curtis not having a good race. Looks like Bradley Busick is going to try to make a move. Potentially. Oop, tucks right behind. Alright, we still have very tight battle happening up and down the field, but maybe you can quickly check who are the biggest winners and losers in the race. hallway do you want to tell us?
Let me see here. So, obviously, Nordstrom, with that, very unfortunate start, qualified P5. He's down in P18 right now. Obviously, we were talking earlier about Matt Sanchez and Tyler James and their unfortunate little incident there and sent them back.
Talk about Evan Kim, Team 5.
And yeah, Evan Kim in second place with a decent gap to the car behind of 1.6 seconds. But with a big gap in front, 7.4 to Grant Kinsling. He's definitely feeling happy right now. This is a place he wants to be. He wants this championship. He's very hungry for it. And hopefully he can maintain this. Obviously, when pit comes up, it's going to be a big shuffle. If Matt Yak doesn't catch up here. But we'll see if he can hold it in.
Yeah, as I mentioned in the beginning of the broadcast, Evan Kim, Matt Sanchez, and Dominic Duran wants to finish high. It looks like Evan and Dominic are looking to place pretty high.
They passed spins it up the inside. And it doesn't come out the better. Like,
a little bit of a
car behind. Tap truck wide. Another one, a third one. Side by side, right hander, I think. Out. That's gonna cost a lot of time. Oh, he's crawling. He's pushing that car, that Lexus in front of him. Nice.
Very.
Well,
yeah, so that's Taflovich and Morrison in front of him, and Taflovich is a very fast driver, but when he feels like he's out of position, he gets very aggressive. So we'll see what he can do here. We know he has the pace to get up there. He's definitely proven himself, but he hasn't really been able to get a very good race together this season with the pros. Obviously, he joined the pro division late. He started in the AM division before we kicked him out because he was just too fast. Yeah, he was winning everything. Yeah. Morrison
a little bit of the
rest of the wrap.
Sausage curve. I'll keep an eye on Suniga and Mitchell here.
Actually, I think we're gonna hop back to that. Their fight is getting faster behind.
Yeah, going back to the winners and losers, Suniga down 6 positions. So he definitely wants to get this pass here.
And Doug, known as the Minister of Defense, knows how to drive a very wide BMW. It's can be frustrating for the cars behind him.
So close to this turn. Looks like he may have a slightly better exit. He's looking at the inside.
Got it.
Doug gives him a little bit of room, but he can't stick it in.
Yeah, very, very sketchy. Going into that side-by-side. That gives a chance for Joe Wong to get into the mix as well.
Ooh,
runs the braking zone.
But he managed not to hit anybody. Probably lost
very,
a second there.
Very respectful.
Not
Yeah, like I was saying before, it's definitely easy to go wide or go long in that braking zone. It's downhill and you're going very fast, and there's a hard brake marker, but you gotta brake, before it. And when there's cars there as well, you gotta brake even earlier to make sure you don't run into them. I predict that is going to be a very interesting point to watch.
A huge run on Suniga, way more top speed.
Wow.
Overlap into the inside, not done.
The Audi is fast.
And Porsche is slow on the straights. Well, it looks like Taylor, Carter, and Dave Taflovich is very close, coming into this long right-hander. but not gaining any speed. Looks like there's a battle between teammates, Justin Mofat and Kamal Kajtejevic. Oh, we also got a comment on the YouTube about the sound breaking up a little bit. Just, for you, Jess.
No. No. Not a problem.
It looks like, okay, that was kind of, yeah, I don't know. Interesting.
And then you got keeping very close to Joe Wong. He was also keeping very close to Doug.
Carter and Tafovich very close, battling it out.
When the Audi gets loose, Niga hardly has where to go. That gets Chris back in the works on the inside of Steffi. Steph to get out of the top end portion. That gets the inside going to the second one, so it's easy. And tucks in.
The Porsche is just not that great in the straights.
Definitely fight here though.
A couple more feedbacks to that.
Go ahead.
Apparently it sounds like you're moving in and away from your mic, apart from cracking up.
That can't be right. I've got a headset mic right in front of my mouth. Sorry guys, I don't know what to do. OBS, I guess the OBS meter is popping out sometimes. That's my talk.
Yeah, maybe jiggling the connection a little bit. Sometimes the trick. You gotta do some customing.
No, for us it sounds okay, but there's so many different variables going on here. Who knows what could be the issue?
Yeah, sorry about the technical issues.
I can tell you from not doing the streaming and then watching these guys, they're showing me the rope. There's a little more to it than you might think. Definitely quite a production. So.
Yeah, hopefully we will continue to improve. Anyways, getting back to the race. Our race leader, Grant Cleansing, has pulled a 10-second gap to P2 Evan, who also must be feeling very good about his chances. You're just about 3 to 4 minutes out from the pit stop as well.
Like I was saying before, Evan is definitely hoping to hold on to that P2. And it looks like he's holding Colin Matyak back. He's had a very consistent 1.5, 1.6 second gap to the car behind for a long time or so.
And Joe just makes a pass on Doug by pulling a speed onto him on the start-finish straight. And he seems to be keeping it. Oh, and some teammate passing each other.
Well, friends, I turned everything off and on again, and I turned off some filters that I saw were present in my mic settings that I didn't set. So in OBS, so hopefully it's good now. Unfiltered, raw, and uncut.
That's the way we like it. Oh, and Matt Morrison looking on the inside, Chris Stefiak, and looks like he has a little bit of
gets shown the outside. Gets to visit the sand.
Oh, Chris is probably not too happy about that. And the chat is saying it sounds much better for you, so that's good to hear.
Oh, great. Thanks, everybody. Sorry about that. Yeah, tried to close the door on the Audi. Audi can't disappear.
Yeah, maybe a tad bit aggressive. But the race goes on.
Yeah, he's lucky just to get some dirty tires. I'm gonna hop back on Suniga, because right now this is still the scrappiest fight we got for high up.
Also, if we could at some point tune into the Tafovich through Carter P11 through P13 train. We have a some very close gaps.
Yep,
Ooh,
I'm
wow.
on it with the picture-in-picture, capturing that action.
Awesome.
Sneega once again seeing a car go up is inside,
Ooh.
but Chris loses it. Loses the rear end on the right-hander.
I think it's Matt Schwartz actually.
Oh, Matt Short. Yeah, let's see that again from his perspective.
Matt Short's down 5 positions here. 6 positions
6.
now.
Oh, I looked at the wrong person.
Oh no.
I looked at the victim of him losing the rear end. But yeah, that's what happened. He went up there inside of Schwartz, spun him and Schwartz out. Very unfortunate. But how did it shake up though? So Sneega is now within a second of Mitchell, who's got a ways to go to wall.
Like Matt Schwartz is right back in the mix, trying to pass Peter.
I'm sure we'll get the job done soon enough.
Oh, looks like one of our other resident aliens, Chris Moses, joined us in the stream today.
Hey, Chris.
Glad to have you.
So it looks like everything except the fight around P9-ish has settled down before we go into the pit stops. So unless people royally screw up their pit stops, I don't think they'll be too consequential for this race. Unless people are being crazy and changing tires, but we'll see what decisions they make soon.
Yeah, we'll try to keep tabs on it. It's a little difficult, but the pit is opening now, and the cars are hopping in right now. It looks like the teammates Matt Schwartz and Chris jumping in right away.
Looks like Justin Moffat also going in with Funk right behind him.
Yep, I guess trying to get some fresh air, but undercutting. But with these 4 cars jumping in together, maybe they'll get in the traffic amongst themselves.
And I want to keep the camera on them because I want to see if anybody takes a long time.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah,
I'll check for any close battles on the other side.
As we were talking about before, tires are very hard to manage here on this track. It'd be interesting to see if anyone tries to pull out some weird strategy and takes tires. Generally, in these hour-long races, most people don't take tires.
And
But
it looks like the
on a track like
Lexuses
this,
at least are taking a long fuel. They're still stopped.
Wow.
I
The
think they
Lexuses might be
taking
taking tires, yep.
So the
hardly blame
Lexuses
them.
are actually known for probably having one of the worst tire wears the entire game. So it might be a good choice if they want to spin out.
And looking at that livery, it is just beautiful.
I love it.
Those 2 cars side by side, it is cinematic.
We love to see it.
Some great views for sure.
Back for our fight for P7, with Sneega still clawing at the back of Douglas Mitchell. Oh, it looks like, yeah, Robinson passes Duran because Duran jumps into the pits. Carter going to the pits as well as Reynolds.
Justin is taking a pretty long time. I wonder if he's fixing damage and or taking tires.
Looks like Duran is up and out of there. Quick fuel and go. But Justin definitely might be repairing some damage. If you remember, he had a couple little incidents at the beginning of the race, so.
Yeah, I remember Bradley Busick also having a bit of a scrappy beginning to the race.
Yep.
Yeah, he's just starting his pit stop now.
God, I love that livery so much.
And through it all, Sneega still maintaining a 0.3 second gap. Very close.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised that he didn't opt for an undercut strategy, because I think he might have a pace advantage on Mitchell.
Yeah, this would be the one time you'd think about doing it. Ooh, a little wide here. Keeps you composed.
It's also possible that he's just enjoying the battle, because he's not necessarily in contention for
That's true. He's probably having a lot of fun. How dare he, actually? This isn't fun. This is motorsports.
We got a championship. No fun allowed.
So I think
So yeah, with the cars coming out of the pits now, it looks like we got a close fight between Carter and Reynolds. I don't know if you want to put the camera on there.
Tyler serving his third pit stop for the race. Very sad to see. Okay. Matt Schwartz has fresh tires, and he's probably eager to get past any and all cars he can find.
Ooh, Doug Mitchell lagging all over our screen, giving Suniga a bit of a scare. And if you were thinking about going up the inside, probably not anymore. At least not now with the car leaving the pit lane in front of him. That'll complicate this fight.
Is that Tyler in front? Looks like it.
Yes, it is. Tyler James.
That would be a lap down, showing blue flags. Matt Schwartz just made a pass on to Peter Reynolds. And following up to his teammate with fresh tires. Dustin Fickert diving into the pits, along with Matt Morrison, who I think just did a splash and dash and is leaving the pits.
I wonder if we'll see any team strategy here between Tyler and Doug. Maybe let Doug pass, and since Tyler has a lap to clear the blue flag, he may be able to hold Suniga up just enough.
True. That would be very spicy indeed. Oh, and it looks like he's letting the BMW and the Porsche through, so nothing too crazy going on here. Very polite. So let's hop on board with Suniga. Still staring at Mitchell's rear end. This is a masterclass in respectful, hard racing right now.
Both of the Lexuses, or should I say Lexi, doesn't even make sense. Just holding line and just probably speeding through up the grid, trying to catch up to the rest of the grid.
Yeah, they're only a 0.4 second gap, but their teammates, they can probably work together in tandem and work themselves up, get back to their position where they were, see if they can make this tire strategy pay off.
Chris Lee getting airborne. How did that happen, sir?
Dave Taflovich and Joe Wong in the pits.
Ooh, just hits the sausage curve on the outside and
lose the outside tires, round you go.
Yep.
Dave's got a pretty long stop. I wonder if he's fixing damage or actually taking tires.
Lee dives into the pits after that episode.
I would too.
Matt Morrison with the stop go 30. Oof.
Once you make a mistake like that, sometimes you lose your pace. It's just better to go back into the pits and regroup and, you know, put that incident behind you.
Yeah. So with all that out of the way, still our only and closest fight, well, not our only, but our closest fight is between Suniga and Mitchell. Still fighting for P4. Have not pit though.
3 second gap, yeah.
This is not for literal track position yet.
Pavlovich joins the race and splits the two Lexi on his cold tires. I don't know if he changed tires. We'll see. He's in the mix with other fresh tires too. That's pretty interesting.
He pit for 1 minute and 6 seconds.
Oh.
So damage and tires, it sounds like.
Looks like Justin Burge is having a moment.
Sorry to see, but a Porsche can be an unwieldy one for sure.
Sneak going through a strong sector here. See if he can make a little time, but no.
Oh yeah,
really
please keep the camera on Taflovich, Stefiak, and Reynolds.
Yep. I just watching Colin do his splash and dash and exit. Oh, and Dave Taflovich dives onto the inside into the hairpin.
Side by side on the exit. Tucks ahead for the next bit. Job done.
Yeah, Matt definitely left him a very respectful amount of space for that to happen.
Yeah, Schwartz only... Yeah, wow, he's very close now, only 0.1 seconds behind. with Chris right next to him, going side by side on the straightaway here.
Yeah, he had to lift a little bit to avoid punting Taflovich, I think. Probably gonna let his teammate go ahead.
See if he can take the inside here, and maybe they can.
He's sweeping
Make a
late
pass.
around the
Wide
outside.
into turn 1. Yeah, but that gave Dave Taflovich some breathing room, which I'm sure he's happy to get. And it looks like our race leader and P2 are both in the pits. It looks to me that both of them have done a quick splash.
Mitchell and
everyone goes in
Suniga
the
also
pits,
jumping in the pits.
Side by side. We'll see how this pit goes. You know, if one of them gets moved a little bit, they could take the position. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I wonder why they're choosing to fight each other so constantly, not getting out of each other's way.
I don't know if Doug is necessarily choosing. I think he's just not yielding position because he's got a championship to win.
True.
And, you know, if I were Doug, honestly, I probably would have gone into pits just to get some of the pressure off of me.
When Doug leaves way sooner.
Ooh, interesting.
Eventually, Suniga had some damage to fix because he did lose a couple positions at the start.
Oh, true. He might have fixed some arrow.
All right, well, that finishes any other shakeups that will happen in the pits. Let's quickly go through the top 10, Paul.
So, in first, we have Grant Kinsling, who is 16 seconds up from Evan Kim in P2. A nice big gap. He's probably feeling real happy right now. Colin Matyak, 4.3 seconds behind Evan Kim. Robinson, 3.8 seconds behind him. Wong is 2.3 seconds behind him in fifth. Duran in sixth with a 2.4 second gap. And then we have Douglas Mitchell, Suniga, D Funk, and Mofat rounding out the top 10. And it looks like they all have built themselves a couple second gap here. So we're going to have to see who can catch up after the pits. The pits definitely tends to spread some people out, but you know, with the tire wear, who knows what's going to happen. We're going to have a bunch of drivers bunching up on each other and battling here in the end.
Yeah.
But
and that's a good point. We should keep an eye. I think 3 cars we identified with the tire changes were 2 Alexei and potentially Dave Taflovich. So let's see how much they can car back up. And Dave is somehow back into Alexei sandwich. I don't know when that happened.
Well, he's looking up the inside though. Ooh,
he gives
him room.
Ooh.
Oh, a little tap.
He's shown too wide. Now he's pushing him through. Oh, and that leaves his team.
Oh,
another car right up
tap.
his inside. Not quite aware of each other. A little clumsy, but they make it.
Dehi, can we get an interior cam? Is it possible? Oh, there we go. Look at this. Everyone's so close together. 13 through 17 is all bunched up within half a second of each other. What a train.
Yeah, quite a train going on. Let's see, the rest of the field is a little bit spread out.
Yeah, I was just about to say, no closer gaps at the moment.
Maybe a battle between Mofat and Kajtijevic, the teammates.
They seem to be keeping a second between each other, keeping it nice and respectful. Probably communicating in Discord.
The picture-in-picture is now on Matt Shorts' wing, staring down at his teammate. Oh, let's get on Dave Taflovich's wing, actually, looking at both of the Lexuses.
Just giving him a little flash.
The patented Dave Taflovich.
That is the Dave Taflovich flash right there. Got to return the favor.
The conductor is hard at work, folks.
Now that fresh feel of those tires on those Lexuses have kind of worn out at this point, probably starting to burn in a little bit here. And it's not helping that they're battling so much. That definitely wears on the tires too.
Still, compared to the wear that the other drivers must be facing. They must be going pretty fast, but they're holding each other up, and that's a real issue there.
Let's jump forward a little bit to Kajtezovic, who's within a second right now of Moffat. I love those contrasting colors. Looks like candy. One of them's trying to be candy, but the yellow really brings it all together.
With the pink wheels to match, it's definitely looking good. That is a very good looking livery.
Oh,
it's a little wide.
Yeah. Chris getting a
Interesting
little wide.
line.
Guess going for an earlier, wider, or straighter apex. I don't know.
Maybe.
So just to give a bit of an update on the pace, the race leader on O tire is somehow still putting in 45.1. Everybody else is pretty much putting in like 46s, and the Lexi and Dave and with new tires are putting in mid to low 45s. So a bit of a gap in pace, but not sure if it's going to be enough.
We'll see if this Tavlovich train can't catch up to Mr. Busick, who is 4 seconds up. Looks like they are catching up slowly. But Busick, who's running 1:47.1 here, was his last lap. Looks like they can catch up if they maintain this pace.
Treading carefully around the sausage to death. You see it better from this point of view, just how tall those things are. If you run over those the wrong way, your tire's halfway through your hood.
Yeah, it's it's not very fun to replace your shattered spine going down the straightaway here. So
one interesting factoid that Rimzik helped us catch is the fact that Evan might be potentially looking at winning the championship. With Tyler having a pretty bad race, pretty unlucky race, you got to look at this P2 and P3 in the standings, Douglas Mitchell and Evan, who are only 22 points apart. And the point differential between P2 and P6 is 20 points, which is not enough. You got to hope Doug drops a couple of positions during the race. And it looks like Doug just did. He's in 7th. Oh, he's in 7th. I thought he was in 7th. But we got to keep in mind that there's a drop race system. So if they have races that are being dropped that are better than the current performance for Doug, it might shake out differently. But very, very, very close nonetheless.
So we were expecting Nordstrom to maybe charge through the field a little faster. Looks like that's not the case. He's here in P18, not even fighting anybody.
You know, I wouldn't discount him though. If you look at his lap times, putting in a 1:45
he did a 45,
just now.
So I'm very confused.
I wonder if he also took tires, either by mistake or voluntarily.
Yeah, that would be interesting. We didn't get a chance to look at him on
pit road. He spent 47 seconds in the pit, so he definitely did more than just the minimum fuel.
Yeah, so he may have been repairing damage that happened in some shakeup that we might not have seen in the back of the grid.
Not what you want to see, starting from the pits, collecting damage. We apologize about the commentator's curse.
Yeah, sorry about that. But like he said at the start, at least fortunate for him, he's not really fighting for the title or anything, so no weight.
And this is his second race here. He's definitely proven himself to be very, very, very fast. So I'm looking forward to see what comes with him for season 3.
I gotta say, we've recently got a big influx of very fast Audi drivers. Maybe there is more to the power update that happened than meets the eye.
Yeah, so our leader Kinsling is driving an Audi. Our P3 Matyak is driving an Audi. Our P5 Wong is driving an Audi. So 3 out of the top 5 cars are Audis right now.
What's
Definitely
interesting
something to look
is
at.
I can't seem to find any McLarens in the Pro Division.
Yeah, where'd they
there's,
go?
It looks like there's only Matt Lehman, really, who's driving the McLaren this year, and he's not in the race tonight. But
AMs are chocked full of McLarens.
Yes, they are.
I don't know when it happened, but Matt Schwartz just picked up a drive-through. That is
That had to have been for
Oh.
corners.
Yeah, this track is very tricky. There's a couple of spots in the Sector 3 where you can pick up 2 warnings at the same time. It can be quite infuriating to the drivers, to say the least.
Yeah, that's very unfortunate. It definitely destroys chance of him trying to storm up through the field after those tires. So he's in the pits now. His teammate is down. Chris is down 8 positions. So I don't think the tire strategy has really worked out for them so far. There's still 15 minutes left of the race. So we'll see what they can do. But I don't know if they're really going to have the pace to make any big moves. He's looks like he's, where's Taflovich? Taflovich has actually passed Busick. I didn't notice that. But Chris Stefiak has a 1.2 second gap to Busick. See if he can
I
make
don't
that
think
up.
Taflovich. No, oh, he is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just updated for me.
So going back to the biggest winners of this race, Evan Kim with 5 positions.
Carter and Reynolds having a bit of a moment. I'd like to see that again.
Go for it.
See from the driver POV. So looking for the inside, gets it, takes the apex. Gets a little bit of a bump right when you don't want it. Fortunately, nothing too catastrophic.
Yeah, right back to where he was. It's very disappointing when that happens because, you know, you fight for a whole lap to make up that gap, and then one little, you know, mistake or one little touch just sends you right back to where you were.
Chris Stefiak looking on the inside in turn 1 into Bradley Busick.
Ooh.
Tries to hang around the outside.
He's sticking another toe. Ooh, what? They touched a little bit there, it looked like.
Yeah, and he bails out and decides to go for a wider entry for a better exit.
But now he's got Peter right behind him, trying to capitalize on his mistake there.
You should have seen the Lexus with fresh tires catching up on the straight, though. It was a rocket. I'm sure we'll see that again in the next lap.
If Peter can't do it, can Taylor?
It was very close to Peter. Yeah, but there's definitely something about taking tires that is gotta consider is you gotta pass those cars again, and they don't make it easy for you.
Yeah, it's not a given. You don't get the position because you're theoretically faster. Oh, and is that Bradley Busick off?
Yeah,
Can you catch the replay of that?
Yeah, let me try that. I don't know if he simply lost the car or if he's letting them through for whatever reason. He's definitely not blue flag.
Yeah, he's fighting for position. Oh, he just goes.
Looks like he just goes wide there.
Too hot.
Yeah. It's definitely, we were saying before, that is a very hard corner to nail, you know, and I don't really think you can gain a lot of time there, but you can sure lose a whole lot of time.
A quick shout out for Bradley Busick, though. He was in the AM division, just like Dave Taflovich in the beginning, but he was just much too fast.
Yeah, way too obvious. You're too fast, buddy. Nice try.
And he's already finding the mix with the pros. You wouldn't be able to tell if he was in the AM division. Just maybe not that lucky for the last couple of races.
Yeah. least you look good.
Looking good is important. So, it looks like Sam Zuniga, after fixing the damage, has fallen back behind Douglas Mitchell. Big gap to bridge.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's making progress.
Oh, but it looks like we finally have a fight on our hands at the front. We got just Joe Wong on Travis Robinson for P4. It looks like he got a heck of a run looking up his inside. Robinson doesn't even think about defending it, but looks like he didn't need to.
Yeah, he left space, but Joe Wong also very respectful.
Biding his time.
He is putting in 46 flat, while Trav Robinson's last lap was 47.3. It could be the tires going for him, and
he gets the inside.
Yep.
And
Makes that move.
He made it look easy.
Yes, sir.
Joe only has 2.4 seconds to catch Colin, and he is putting in a second faster lap times right now, so he might catch up to him real soon.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Colin is fighting with some of this tire wear, and he's definitely closing that gap. Jay Wong is closing that gap to Colin. So Colin is a very, very fast driver. We'll see what happens when or if they catch up.
Yeah, he could have just had a bad lap, but the tire wears are going to be crazy for the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, and only 10 minutes left in the race. And so Grant Kinsling still out in front, qualified first, kept it in first, and now he's got a 24-second gap to the car behind, which is
Insane.
Evan Kim. Yeah, that is just crazy speed. That's making up 24 seconds over the person behind you. That absolutely insane. Then Evan Kim still maintaining that nice big cozy gap between him and Colin, with a 7.3 second gap between the two.
Yeah, and as he was filling us in, looks like Chris Stefiak sent a little bit of a dive bomb on Peter Reynolds. Ends up losing position. 'Cause I do believe it was in between them before. Fortunately, nothing too catastrophic. Just a little bit of time lost. But you just know Peter's hungry now.
Looks like we have a couple of retirees from the race. Very sad to see.
Uh-oh.
Tyler having a very, very unlucky race.
Yeah, Tyler with the incident early on, and then to top it off, it was I believe it was a stop-go 30 for him, which is just that's a race ender even without an accident.
Yep.
So Tyler with P24 or 23, he still gets like 30 points. So I think that might still put him in P1 easily. Yeah, I mean he has a big gap again compared to Evan, who is going to be looking to gain the most points. We'll have to see how the drop races turn out. But Evan would have to earn at least 50 to 60 points this race.
Well, he's definitely on his way to doing that in P2.
Looks like Dave Taflovich has caught up to the Candy Boys.
Yeah, I was just about to call that out.
Not waiting to make a move either.
Ooh, yep, and passes him right there.
Oh, sorry. I should have put the picture somewhere else. I'll keep it on the battle between Colin Mariak and Joe Wong for the podium position.
Perfect.
Both having the speedy Audis. Joe Wong dipping into 45s.
Taylor Carter way late on the brakes, nearly running in the back of Chris. Up
I
ahead,
wonder.
Taflovich gaining on Moffat. Still trying to get a move done on the yellow boy. There's so much going on up and down the midfield. There's 2 fights going on within a couple seconds of each other. The BMWs and this fight.
If you saw there for a brief second in the frame, Dave Taflovich was doing his classic Dave Taflovich flash. That he is well known and.
Oh, and the BMWs touch. They touch. They go side by side. Oh, and he tucks back in behind. Oh, but all sorts of squirrely.
A little squirrely. Oh, and a little bit of a bump trap there.
Near miss
Split
there.
The teammates. Looks like we were catching Dave Taflovich split teammates all throughout the race. First with the Lexi, again with the BMWs.
Gets a little bit of better exit. Thinks about the inside, but it's not enough speed. He's got to wait for another try. Maybe the exit here. He sees the inside and he gets it. I couldn't tell from there. Did he give him a little touch or was it just loose? Either way, he gets the inside, takes the apex. Side by side through the last 2. Ooh, squeezes too hard.
And they touch.
Oh, and it's
Cuts
sloppy.
the apex a little bit. Oh
It's
my gosh,
sloppy.
they're touching all over.
He says, I'm not giving up the position like that. You can try again. It's craziness here. Yeah, more flashes.
All the cars from behind are all capitalizing on it. The whole from P10 to P15, everyone just grouped up here. They're all hungry.
Oh,
like
my
sharks
God.
that smell blood in the water here.
Oh,
Oh, and a big tap to Dave Taflovich.
No one giving any quarter.
Oh, and again!
And another tap.
Oh! And he takes out the
no,
marker
it's
boards.
chaos.
Every car it's hitting. Oh my
The
goodness.
stewards are not going to be happy with this, sir.
There's going to be 5 tickets submitted, and they're all going to be at this point. 4 minutes left in the race, and people are battling like crazy. Everyone wants that last position. Everyone wants to move that 1 point position up for the championship. It's very tight, guys.
Yeah, Justin Moffat definitely not happy with that exchange.
Definitely not.
Yeah, you might have fresher tires and pace, but you got to make sure the passes are clean.
Overall, a good race for Moffat anyways. Even with that little shake-up there, he has gained 5 positions from his qualifying.
That is very nice.
Ooh, nearly into the back of Chris Stefiak.
Jay Wong is still so close to Colin Matyak. 0.1 seconds going on to
Looking on the inside?
P4 here. Looking a little on the inside, and they get so close. I mean, they were almost touching there. He's going to try to... There's nothing he can do for this corner here. Colin keeps it on the inside. Ooh, but he's got the better exit. Oh, he's right on his bumper. I'm sorry, Jess, you may have to change this. They're side by side.
Oh, Chris
Yeah, let's get back on the...
Oh, and Chris is side by side. Battles all throughout the grid
Where
here.
am I looking? To Joe Wong?
Joe Wong and Robinson capitalizing on the fight as well. Now only 0.8 seconds behind.
Here, I'll catch the mid pack, and you can
Okay.
get on the action for the podium position.
Perfect. Yeah, Joe Wong
Travis
and Travis
just
Robinson
made a
fighting for P3.
pass.
Yeah, Travis Nordstrom joining the fun. Like I
Of
said,
course,
he's
has
making
fresh
his name
tires.
known. Fresh tires, repaired damage from everything that was happening with his race start from the pits, and he's putting it. He's in 15th right now, so definitely a good ways up the field from where he started.
Wong getting a way better exit than Madiak. That's going to give him the
Looks like
inside.
Chris made a move into Kajtovic's inside as well.
Side by side for the podium. Looks like Colin's taking the outside, and he gives him a little bit of room here, backs off.
Colin way braver on the brakes.
Oh, but he's trying to come around the outside. Oh, can he do it? No, I don't think so.
Hey,
Colin
Carter
probably-
making a pass on Dave Taflovich.
Nice.
He keeps it. A little bit of a touch from David into the rear of Taylor.
Colin covers his inside and says, "No, Jay Wong, you're not going to pass me. Not here."
And
He's
Trav
covering his
making a
inside
pass
again.
on Kajcevic who went off track. Just changing positions everywhere. The tires are dying. People are anxious. And yeah, fight's very tight for the P3 position.
Only a minute 30 left in the race, guys, and there's people changing positions like crazy all over the field. We have a three-way battle for podium right now, and we have Tavlovich, Peter Reynolds,
Up the
Stefiak
inside,
and
Joe Wong.
Goldstrom.
Side by side on the exit with Madiak.
Wow.
Madiak stays
Madiak
Stays on the inside.
leaves room, but keeps the position.
very, very good maneuvering there. A car leading a train to the finish line. Dave wants to get past Taylor again. Oh, looks like Justin Moffat just lost the position to Bradley Busick in the rear as well. Ooh, spicy up
Side
there.
on the straightaway.
Side by side.
Wong may have it here. He's got the inside. Can he carry the speed through? He's leaving him room. They're still side by side. Oh, a little touch.
A little bit of a bump on the doors, but keeping the cars steady. But he's gonna have the inside line coming up to the right-hander.
And look at Robinson trying to capitalize on all the battling happening in front. He says, "I want a podium too."
Oh, a little bit of a tap.
Travis Robinson says thank you.
There's a nice P4 for him. Yeah, Colin Madiak losing out big here from P3 to P5. Oh no!
They come together. Oh, what happened
Robinson is dropping back.
It's not what you want to see.
Ooh, crosses over right as a car is on the apex.
Just gets the dive
little
bomb.
tap sends him right around.
Not what you want to see.
The worst possible time. Moffat has a moment too.
It looks like Robinson gets ahead of Colin Matiak. It looks like he might have conceded him the position, but they definitely lost out big there. Robinson is in 6th now, and Matiak is in 7th. But Jay Wong, Duran, and Mitchell. Oh.
I wonder if Moffat ran out of fuel. Oh no, I'm not sure what happened. But Grand Cleansing, in the midst of all the chaos, finished the race well ahead. Evan Kim coming into 2nd. Very good finish by him.
Jay Wong is coming in for a 3rd place here. Duran just came in 4th. Douglas Mitchell will be coming around for 5th right now. And Robinson and Matiak following close behind. Unfortunate lose out for them. But Duran, Mitchell, and Wong are celebrating right now.
Doug is probably happy that he can grab more points toward the championship.
Was Siniga out of fuel? Why is he?
Siniga may be out of fuel, or he's just limping along. I don't know what's going on.
It looks like he gave position back on purpose to Funk.
Very interesting.
Oh.
Very interesting. So that's a P7 for Funk. I'm sure he's very happy about that. Suniga in 8th. Carter in 9th. Dave Tavlovich pulling in at 10th. Or actually, 10th. Peter Reynolds for 11th. Chris Stefiak for 12th. That is a really good showing for everyone here. Lots of great battles all the way up and down. Absolutely an amazing race.
Incredible, like so much action.
And Justin Moffat running the final corner for the end of Season 2 for SRA.
For the Pro League, that is. We're still going to have a lot of fun tomorrow night, which you should definitely tune in for.
That's the cars lined up on the grid.
Yeah, they said round 2.
Showing some solidarity.
All right.
Let's get some of the winners in here.
Okay, so Dehi, do you want to do that?
Yep, I'll go grab the podium winners. Let's see.
Thank you. Grant Kinsling's in general here.
Hey, Doug.
Boys, how was it on the commentator's booth?
It was great. You gave us a lot of action to look at. Great defensive moves from you. Holding off, it was Saniga, right? Forever?
Forever. I thought it was Duran for a while, and I looked on the chart, and I was like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
it's a
that's
different
Saniga."
Porsche.
Yeah, different one. But you guys caught it in the box. I'm on pins and needles. I needed to finish, I think, P6 in order to win, and Trav and Colin Madiak took each other out on the last lap, which got me P5.
Easy.
So mathematics, not my strong suit, but I'm waiting for that math to come through.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting. We'll be able to see those results in a little bit here after the race. I don't know if we can pull that up on stream or what's going to be official or not, but it's going to be very, very close for the championship. That's for sure. With the drop races added in, it's kind of a toss-up, but a great showing from everyone this season. All the drivers in SRA. Very close racing, very clean racing all season long.
Anyways, let's now pull up the winners, the podium winners for this race, and have a quick interview.
All right.
And then bring up Grant Cleansing, our race winner. Welcome, Grant. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, an absolutely dominating run today. I believe when we last checked up on you, you were over 24 seconds ahead of Evan Kim. Just insane how much time that you made up over the entire rest of the grid. You were able to put it in first for qualifying and run it all the way home. How was the race for you?
A bit of a hot lap, unfortunately, with Saniga and Maytak getting into a little bit of a scuffle at the beginning. It kind of freed me up to just get open air, and at that point, it's just a matter of trying to keep track of your tires for the duration, which is probably why I was able to gap at the end.
Well, an absolutely amazing showing. We're definitely going to be looking forward to seeing more of these wins in season 3. Hopefully, we'll have some more fast drivers in there to be able to keep up with you and give you a good battle.
Yeah, I'm honestly looking forward to the next season. This has been fun. I've had, especially the first couple of races of the season. It's been some of the most competitive ones I've had in league, so I'll definitely be joining again.
Awesome. We're glad to hear that.
Yeah, we've had some very fast drivers join recently as well, who are not necessarily in the running for the championship. So hopefully you can join all the races for season 3.
Hope so.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Grant.
Yeah, congratulations on the great finish. And we'll bring up Evan Kim for an interview.
Yep. See you
Thank
next
you.
time. Hey, Evan. Congrats.
Thanks, guys. I know what happened with the championship, and I'm absolutely gutted, but I can say I gave it my all. I drove my socks off tonight. I'm pretty pleased.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, it was. We were watching you, and it was insane. You put, I believe, when we last checked up on you, you had a 7-second gap to the car behind. Just an absolutely insane pace. You're able to keep it out in front, just like Grant ahead of you, who amazingly had put a 24-second gap on everybody, but you also were able to keep clean air in front and behind you, and keep it out for the race. And, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, big kudos to Grant. I have no idea how he got that car to go that fast without wrecking
Seriously.
it. But yeah, I got out to a really hot start, made up a few positions in the first turn 1, turn 2 complex, and kind of fell on my lap. I had a nice little gap going, and Colin was on my tail by about a second and a half for a good majority of the start, and then slowly started creeping up. And I thought, man, this is really it. I got enough space where I can kind of play and not push as hard, take care of the tires, and play the safe game. And yeah, towards the end of the race, I could tell just looking at the deltas behind. I think those guys were fighting real hard, and their tires were getting cooked. And yeah, I had enough space to play with where in those spots where I know it's a little sketchy, I was going a little easy on it and just taking care of my race. And there was no chance of me catching Grant, but as long as I kept the guys behind, that's all I could really do.
Yeah, very hard, as we know, to keep the tires under your car on that track. Tires wear out really fast, and we were paying very close attention to see what the other drivers were doing for their pit stop strategies. Looks like only the Lexuses and maybe if one or two other people took tires. Didn't really look like it paid out for most of them too well. So it was definitely looked like the move to do what you did and keep nice and consistent. A very, very clean race from you.
Yeah, really
Yeah.
happy, and congratulations to Doug. Absolutely sniped it there on the last lap, taking the championship by 2 points.
Yeah, I just got the update from the championship results, and Douglas Mitchell got the win with just 2 points.
Incredible.
I am sad that you weren't able to snag it at the end. It was actually on the cards if not for the crashes behind you. But very good race from you and a very good finish in the championship regardless. And congratulations.
Thanks. Yeah, those last
Yeah,
20
well done.
minutes, I had the stream open on my second monitor, and I was watching. I'm like, guys, please don't battle this hard and wreck each other. Please don't. And the last lap, I caught it out of the corner of my eye, and I'm watching the timetables to see if Doug is coming, and of course, with half a lap to go, he gets it done. So really, yeah, really, congratulations to Doug. The season came down to the wire, and yeah, well earned across 8 weeks of hard racing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, very glad to have you in the league, and hopefully you'll race with us for many seasons to come.
Yeah, always looking up, and I'll be back season 3.
Can't wait.
All right, let's pull up our third podium finisher and a new face, Joe Wong.
Yep. Thanks, Evan.
Take it easy, guys.
Hey, Joe. Congrats. Great drive.
Hello, hello. Congrats on your first podium in SRA. Let us know how your race went.
Guys. Yeah, so that was a long race. Pretty sweaty right now.
Definitely, it was quite intense from watching it from the broadcast booth. How are your tires?
I actually forgot to check, but I spent like most of the race somewhat conserving them.
Yeah, we
And
definitely noticed that you had a lot of pace left in you for the last couple of laps and catching up to Collins very quickly.
we were watching you on the heli cam with Colin. You guys really close for like a couple laps there. We saw you, close that gap on him really quick when the time to end the race came up, and it was a really good show. And then all that the action behind you definitely cemented that for you with Colin and Trav Robinson getting into it. Definitely very beneficial for you and a lot of other people on track. So were you able to catch that in your rear mirror?
I saw it. I only kind of saw it, but once I got past, I was like, I'm clear because I still have some tire left in me. Yeah, because in the
Yeah.
last 10 minutes, I was like, time to just burn them up now.
A very good strategy from you. It definitely worked out.
Yeah, I was like kind of like coasting through the long right-handers in like what turn 3 and the one on the back straight. I was like, I could have taken them a lot faster earlier, but I coasted to preserve my tires because I knew the left side gets pretty bad here.
Yeah, the left side tires on this track always wear out very, very fast. Normally within a couple of laps, they've heated up very, very hot, and especially in the hot laps. And
Oh, yeah.
it's very, very hard to keep the tires under you, like we were saying before.
Even if you take the
The
pressure out, it just heats up again.
Yep. But yeah, great race from you, Mr. Wong. We look forward to seeing you for next season and seeing many more P3s, P2s, and even wins out of you.
Happy to be here, guys. Thanks for having me, and yeah, great racing.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. So that wraps up the podium interviews. And as we were just talking about, the standings results are in. They'll be posted in the Discord for all to see. And congrats to Douglas Mitchell, the winner.
Yeah,
Do you want to say a
congrats,
couple
Doug.
words?
You guys have no idea how stoked I am. I am heartbroken for Evan because he had this championship with an absolute bow on it, cruising off into the sunset. And then I was just, like he was saying, begging the guys behind not to battle. I was begging for them to get each other and make something happen for me. And like Evan hinted at, the last lap just opened up and I couldn't, I was literally squealing like a girl driving past them. Oh, it was euphoric. I couldn't be more
imagine.
happy. And much like last season where I won by a measly point, this season winning by 2 points just takes the cake. So I'm just so
Oh,
stoked,
that
you
is
guys.
funny.
And it's really crazy when the championship is so close. It comes down to a last lap incident, half a lap to go
Yeah, it's
incident
crazy.
between battling for P3, and it rockets you to the championship. Everyone was so close, as I was talking about before, in the championship. A lot closer than the AM grid, and there was quite a few people who had a chance to put it up there, but good job.
Thanks, guys. It's huge. I mean, the best I did all season was P3. I never came in first or second, but consistency really paid off, and
Definitely.
I'm super stoked. But people are going to start asking questions. The admin team winning championship for the teams 2 seasons in a row. We can't
Oh,
have
it's
this,
definitely
guys.
rigged.
Oh yeah.
Look,
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
like,
the
like I was
badmen strike
like I
again.
was saying before, the admin here are definitely not afraid to win their own races and win their own championships, as proven by Douglas Mitchell's second championship. Absolutely insane. Are you gonna have two emojis next to your name now, like two crowns, or what?
I'll stick with the one, so that y'all can be humbled a little bit. But I couldn't be
Let's just
happier.
get 2 shoeys.
Yeah, I definitely owe the community another shoey, which my wife will be reluctant to film again. But I couldn't be happier, and I just want to take a moment and thank the entire community as a whole. The seat racing this season was impeccable. We did have some incidents here and there, but overall, the pace and the friendliness on track was incredible to really be a part of. And I couldn't be more proud of the community as a whole. The championship was super close, which goes to show just how competitive everyone is. And they did it in a respectful way on track. So couldn't be happier. And kudos to Evan for coming in second. Honestly, he should have had the win. Tyler, James, very close in P3. He just had an absolute nightmare of a race. I'm sure you guys caught the carnage.
Very sad to see.
Yeah,
And then Duran, Sanchez, even Trav Robinson had some mega pace towards the back half of the season. So really, really proud of what we have going on here, and I'm really excited for season 3.
Me too.
Yep, and that about wraps it up for us.
Yeah, thanks to everybody for tuning in. And don't forget, subscribe, ring that bell, tune in tomorrow for an even more exciting race, I promise you.
Yeah, lots of spins potentially with the tire wear.
lots of spins, lots of contact, lots of action everywhere along the grid. We also have a championship that's wrapping up. With one person who's in the lead, but you never know. There's a lot more drivers on the grid, a lot more chances for mistake or huge position losses. So it could definitely be a shakeup. I highly recommend that you tune in if you are not in the league. And if you're not in the league, you should also take a look down in the description at our Discord, discord.gg/Sim Racing Alliance. We're a very friendly league, NA based. And we have a lot of different stuff going on. We have our GT3 championship, but we also have our exhibition races, which run weekly, and we also have a endurance series. So definitely, if you're interested, if you like sim racing, check out our Discord and give us a holler. We are very friendly.
Yes, please.
Yep, and signing off, this was Dehi.
Jess Osborne.
And Paulie Hartman. See ya.